So, LASFIT wanted me to do a review of their LED headlights on my 2013 Ford Explorer. I'm going to show you how to install them and what it looks like compared to the ones that came out. I will leave a link in the description to their website, to their Amazon page, and also to this product with a discount. Let's get it installed. And I am super excited. This is what it came in, the bubble wrap in a box. And inside that box we got safe and stylish lights. Alright, let's look at these. Very nice. So you got your LED lights there at the end, a heat sink in the back, and then inside that is a little fan. Something I love is LED lights, heat sinks, and fans. It's kind of weird to love that stuff, but I don't know, I just do. So I'm very excited to get these installed and see how they work. LASFIT did send me the lights for free, but they are not paying me for this video. The model number of the product that we're going to be installing, and here's all the specs for it. So let's remove the old bulb, and if it has been on for any amount of time, you're going to need to give it some time to cool off. Those halogen bulbs get very, very hot. So let's get it out. First thing you got is this boot over the bulb access area. They just get under the lip of that, pull it off. So the best way to get this out, just reach in there, turn it counterclockwise, pull it out. Remember, if it was on at all, it's probably going to be really hot. So you can disconnect it. So I'm going to get my finger on that little tab, pull it out, and pull out on the bulb, and then it comes off. So that little tab was hooked onto this notch that's sticking out, or this nub I should say that's sticking out. That's your bulb. So here's the LASFIT, and the plug here is designed so that it can go both directions. It's got that that little tab sticking out there on both sides, and that's because you have to get the plus and minus on the correct side. It's polarity sensitive. So we're not going to install it and then plug it in. We're going to plug it in, test it out, and then install it, just to make sure we get the correct polarity and make sure everything works. Want to check that fan out. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. There we go. A little tight. To get this locking deal over the tab, I had to push pretty hard on the back of the plug in order to get it to actually lock. So just be aware that you want to get it locked up on there all the way. Get it over that tab all the way. If you get any grease on this light bulb, you want to make sure you wipe that off before you go putting it in. So this one looks good. So let's turn on the headlights and see how it works. And if you want to know if the fan's working, you can just listen for it and hear it. You don't want to look into this light though, because it's pretty bright. Yeah, I can hear that fan running pretty good, but yeah, you can probably hear it vibrating. Alright, let's go ahead and shut it off and plug it in to the socket. So when installing this, you got different size notches, or different size tabs here. These are wider on the bottom part, and then this top one is a little more narrow. You need this one to go on the top side, and this cable will come out the bottom down here. So you'll probably have to stick it in. So you'll have to stick it in a little bit, with it a little bit to the left, that top one, and that way it gets in the hole, and then turn it clockwise to lock it. There, it's a better angle. You see the bottom ones are wider, top one's more narrow. Okay, there's the hole. And this heatsink is a little hot after turning it on, so just be aware of that, and don't burn yourself. And the cable on the bottom of it makes it a little difficult to get in this area, but it's in now. Just kind of had to pull up on this cable here in order to get it to fit in there. Alright, and try to find the keyholes there. I think let's see. Just kind of turn it till you feel it go into the slots. There we go. And then turn it clockwise to get it to lock. So it's in there. Let's go ahead and turn it on again and see how it works. Check out that fan. So it's in there now. I just turned it on. Light's working good, and I can hear the fan running. I can even look at the fan and see that it's running. So I'm excited to compare it to the other bulb. Now I did go ahead and reverse the plug on the right here. I swapped it around to see if it actually would not come on one way. So let's check it out. Yep, sure enough, it is directional. I got the lights on. This headlight is not coming on, but the other one over there is. So cool. I'll swap the plug back around to the correct polarity and yeah. So I gave it some time to cool off so that I could get my fingers up in here, and I shoved the cables down in there like that so that they would not be resting against this heatsink. This heatsink is pretty hot, so just want none of the plugs or wires to be just laying on it. And I'm a little nervous that the heatsink comes this far back, but there should be enough room in the back of this boot, because it caves in order for it to still breathe. That's my biggest concern, is just whether or not it can get enough air. One other issue I've kind of noticed is it just doesn't feel like the bulb really locks. It's very loose inside that plug. I mean inside that that socket there for the light bulb. Doesn't really lock very tight, so hopefully it doesn't jiggle itself out, or at least jiggle itself back and then lose air circulation or be angled wrong for the headlights. So that's a little concerning. That cover is a little difficult to make sure you get it on there all the way around. Alright, so pushing on this, there is definitely some clearance for that fan to breathe all the way around, it feels like. So, good. So there it is, looking at it head on. They look pretty comparable to one another. Let's do the garage door test. So there it is on the garage door. The LED lights are definitely wider and bring out more of what you're looking at. It has a much more even distribution of the light than the halogen. And here it is at the brights. The halogen has a bright focal point, but the LED is much more spread out and much cleaner looking. Not that nasty yellow look. Now here it is with both of them as LED bulbs. And it looks so much better. I like that. Very nice. So let's figure out what bulb it takes. And the owner's manual shows two different kinds. It shows an HB3 and then the HID headlamp DS3. That star means they want you to take it to the dealer to have them do it. So how I figured out what one to use is I just looked at the one that was in it. It's a HB3 9005. Now that you know what bulb it takes, you can search for it in Amazon. I'm using the Android app. LASFIT. And then the type of bulb that you need, which is the HB3. Search. So the first ones that you come across here are the sponsored. It says sponsored up there. And then you get into the LASFIT bulbs that are the HB3. And there you can see it's also the 9005 that I pointed out on the bulb itself earlier. And then if you got your vehicle loaded into the Amazon, you can click on the part, and then you can scroll down, and it will tell you whether or not it fits your vehicle. And that one says it fits your 2013 Ford Explorer.